Hello everyone, today we are at Vertiv in Castel Guelfo in the province of Bologna, and we are going to have our session with Roberta Gentile, which will tell us more about the company. The session is held in the framework of the project Virtual Tours for Business Culture, which has been founded by Erasmus Plus program.
We live in a world where anything can happen. And sometimes that's a good thing. Especially when you're backed by someone who knows how to make sure everything goes according to plan. Because when anything can happen, you've got to be ready for anything. So we're creating a world where critical technologies always work. Because when you're faced with the unexpected, you need a partner. Someone who can help you take on any challenge. If you're moving fast and connection is critical, we help make sure the cloud doesn't let you down. If you need to be in two places at the same time, we help keep everything connected. If communication is vital, we help keep the latest updates at your fingertips. And if a storm hits, we help keep networks up and running. No matter the situation, we deliver the confidence that comes from proven, reliable infrastructure technology. It all begins by combining a decades-long history of innovation with the intensity of a startup, creating a company that's both reliable and dynamic. A company that's flexible enough to meet the ever-changing needs of customers, and stable enough to be there not only when it matters most, but day in and day out, providing the infrastructure that helps everybody do bigger and better things, that helps you do bigger and better things. Because we live in a world where anything can happen, a world where you can't take what works for granted. We live in a world that demands the ability to realize what's possible. And that's exactly what we do.
Hello everybody, today we are at Vertiv in Castel Guelfo, province of Bologna, and we are meeting Roberta Gentile, who is responsible for the curriculum development and training for this company.
Yes, nice to meet you and welcome to Vertiv. So here we are in Bologna, in one of the main sites in Italy, where we develop in particular one specific line of business. And our market is digital. You know, technology now is the basic of our world. We assume to be always connected. We want to be always connected, but it's not something that we accept. You know, we are always desperate when we enter the site and we see our connection is not working. So, for making it happen, it's necessary to have data center, to have a good communication network. And what we do in Vertiv is supporting data center, communication network, and enterprise for making always working the connectivity. We are 20,000 employees worldwide. We are present in each country. Last year we closed with $3.9 billion of revenue, just to give an idea. Here in Italy we are more or less 500 people. Here we are in Castel Guelfo, where we create, we have our R&D people, we think and we develop in particular AC Power. AC Power what is? It's one of the elements that permit digital to work. So UPS and whatever is developed here are the products that allow any installation to constantly having energy. As well in Italy, we have another site in Tognana, near Padova, where we develop all the cooling side, so thermal management. Because when we have a data center, you also need to keep temperature controlled. And here in Italy is where we develop the majority of these products. So, as mentioned, our market are data center, communication, and commercial industrial. Asia Pacific, Europe and Americas. And we mainly create this kind of unit that support the digital world. As mentioned, we have manufacturing in 13 different locations. We are a worldwide presence and more than 250 service centers. So we build product and we assure services. Mainly we have global customers. And I want to underline that one of the big customers is Telefonica, that I saw like a partner. So if you go back and see the records of main companies presenting to Vertiv Tour, you will find the Telefonica presenting themselves. Okay, we serve them and we support their business.
Tell us more about core values of Vertiv.
Oh yes, this is a topic very important to us. We love speaking about our values. Why? Because whatever strategy you might have is how people apply it that makes the difference. So values for us are the behaviors we want to act. Let me start from the first one, act like an owner. You immediately understand what does it mean, act like an owner in a company of 20,000 people. It means being proactive. It means taking care. If you see something wrong, correct it. If you see an opportunity, take it. So really, not stay waiting for others doing things, but be the first one for taking the responsibility and doing it. Create a culture where people can be their best. Again, you are not alone, you are with the other for achieving the final goal. So take care also of the team. Create a situation with your direct reports where they can really grow, understanding what is important. You need to coach them and making sure they can grow with you. All of them, we have 9 values, and for each of them we have done a lot of work around for making them clear, create example, recognize with really living the values, and making very clear to whom is not living it, that is not what we want within the company. We are a new company. We consider us like a startup because the market is changing a lot, even if we have 100 years of experience on our field. So we have a lot of young people within the company, and in particular with them we work a lot about company values, about how to bring their experience within the companies. If us, as employees, are confident and happy in what we are doing, the success will come for sure.
Roberta, do you choose your employees on a basis of these core values, which means are there some transversal competences or characteristics that your employees need to have?
Yes. So consider that in the last year we employed really a great number of young people coming from the university. And values is definitely one of the elements that we use during the interview, because we don't want people that are not coherent with our values since the beginning. And as mentioned before, capability of working in team is very important. We are a global company, so we need to manage different culture. We have colleagues in Americas, in Asia Pacific, and in Europe, Middle East and Africa. You understand that you are not alone and you need to work with them several times. You need to understand the different cultures. You need to be open to the different cultures. And you need to be curious to understand them and discover them and working together. Create maybe different way of working because you identify opportunities for doing things better. So all these competencies that maybe it's not something that you really learn at the university, but it's something that you need to start doing. When you are exposed, it's something that comes out and you learn. You learn from your mistakes, and we all do a lot of mistakes, and one of our values is about that. Own quickly your mistakes. What does it mean? We recognize that we can do mistakes. The problem is, what is the lesson learned? How I transmit to the other what I learn in order to avoid to repeat the same mistakes. So these are all elements that we consider over an interview. We have a structured system of interview for when we have a job posting.
So you already touched the topic, very interesting topic about recruitment. So which are the most interesting elements of a curriculum of a student to give him or her the opportunity to join your company?
Yes. So the way we work is through job posting. So we public, and you can find into the website a lot of job posting. And you find the global job posting. So you don't find only job posting related to the single country, but you can see all the job posting. And we really like when people is available and happy to move in other locations. So we like and we sustain that. As well, you can do your research for function and for country. So you can also select all these elements. So job posting is, we have an open position, we know we have these needs, and we want to cover with an employee. So we post the research, we collect the CV, we have a central team collecting and supporting in the preparatory side, so a talent recruitment team we call it, and they analyze the first curriculum that they receive.
Roberta, sorry that I interrupted.
Yes, sure.
So what are the channels of how do you promote this opening?
We use a lot of LinkedIn. On LinkedIn you can find a lot of research, our website, few agencies, only for some specific research, not for young people. So
for professionals?
Yes, exactly. High professional and very specialized on something specific.
Okay, yeah.
Yes.
But social media are part of our recruitment.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah.
And what is good is that sometimes our colleagues saying, I have a friend that might be interested. There is a lot of attention also in supporting recruitment through connections that already exist.
Okay.
So for example, we have when we recruit a young engineer, typically he invites other friends to come and join.
Okay, that's great. That also means that it's important to network.
Yes, definitely.
So that's definitely very important, and it's interesting, to highlight. Yeah,
thank you. So, let's say, screening of the curriculum, check if there is something really to avoid, so that is not coherence with our values, with our competencies. And then it's the hiring manager that review the list of selected curricula with the recruiter. And then start or a phone interview or an interview in presence, it depends.
Okay.
There are at least 2-3 interviews before starting, and sometimes there is also a day with us. So we like bringing people and stay with us for one day, try to see how is working here, how the relationship, if it is an environment where they can feel well or not. So, and it's very interesting also for us, for knowing.
And do you assign tasks?
Yes, little specific tasks, but they mainly look as in our job. As well, we do the same for internship. We like to have internship because it's an opportunity for knowing each other and start with a specific assignment, as you mentioned, and in doing something for the company.
Okay, and for example, during this one day with us, do you also evaluate the soft skills of students?
Yes.
Do you have some activities also to in some way, to assess the teamwork capacity, for example?
Let's say that is a two-way evaluation. So we ask the candidate in some way to evaluate us, and we do the same, vice versa. Because there is a sort of empathy that need to come out with the manager that you might have in the future and with the entire organization. So we don't have a structured assessment on that side, but it's really the alchemy that you are able to create, the feeling that is coming, that help a lot in understanding if it fit or not. The candidate meets the colleagues, meets the team, so it's a good opportunity really for on both sides. I strongly suggest that who have the opportunity to do it because it's important also for understanding a little more of the company. So in the perspective of the candidate, instead of just reading the job posting, living one day within the company, give you a much broader perspective.
Yes, for sure, for sure. Thank you.
Thank you.
But I like very much the idea of the activity that you do with potential candidates, which is one-day web. And I think for students it's very interesting to spend a day with you and to see the environment and know a little bit about the culture that you have in the company. Because young people, more than a routine, I think, they are looking for a dynamic environment. For the company that is giving them the possibility to develop. So I know that you have many programs for young people to develop, and can you please tell us more about it?
Yes, so there are different ways of renting. It might be through one of the programs that you mentioned, like for example the sales graduate program, or it might be through the job posting or through internship, it depends. Anyhow, when you are in, we have an academy, we have an internal academy taking care of us and of our people. Through the academy, we really support the personal development of our people on both in terms of career path, but also in terms of personal development. We sustain our people with a lot of technical training, as well as strategic training, personal training, skills. For example, in the other room now, we are running, I just had a look, we are running a training on a new tool that we have implemented, called Elevate, that really help each other in understanding what we are doing. The tool is very simple. There is a company strategy goal. Each of us has to align our goal to the top goals and see who other is working on it. You understand that it gives you an opportunity to see worldwide who is working on the same topic and collaborate. And also in terms of develop, we look at that for supporting people develop based on the goal they have to achieve. So, company strategy very clear, company values very clear, supported through tools and capability of working together. Career development for us is a task. Maybe we are even too much dynamic sometimes because we are able to change work quite often because the market is changing. So we are in the digital world. It's changing a lot. Technologies are evolving so much. And also we need to be able to do the same for ourselves and for our company. And you can see it also in the way we deal each other. So, of course, we need to be direct, we need to be fast, so we are not a lot of internal bureaucracy, let's say, but we are very fast in our way of communicate and way of change. We always say that we are in a transformation. We don't know when the transformation will finish. Do you know when digital world is changing or is finished? We don't know. So we like to work on it, stay on it, change our way of working. Having people with us able to transform their way of doing or the same job or different job because the market changed and the customer are asking something different.
Yeah. And about the employees which are already in your company, which are the ways to develop? Can they change? Can they make their career inside?
Sure.
Vertiv?
The system of job posting that we mentioned before is not only for external people, so young people of course arrive through there, but any new opportunity that come out is first of all offered inside the company. So each of us is informed through a website of any new opportunity that we have within the company. And we have a priority, so internal priority for internal candidates. If there is not an internal candidate that can cover that role, then we start the research outside. And again, it gives you the opportunity to go in another country if you want, to change your function if you want, making clear that we are looking for something different. And we are very happy when we can do it. Because you know, if we are already in a good relationship with a colleague, and simply moving another function where can be developed more, perfect, for the company is perfect, and it's what we sustain.
What do you offer for students who would like to join you?
We have several programs. The one that I most like is the sales graduate program, that allow young people to join us, working with us for a long period, and every 3 months they change the assignment. So they have the possibility to see really different departments before selecting the one for which to work. As well, we work a lot with engineering, and so we have mechanical, electrical, software engineering that come through to us, or with a direct employer contract, or through internship. And we are innovating so much that doing it also with the support of young people from the university is very challenging and interesting to us. So we have several programs opened on that. Thank you.